Welcome to Generation Hush, the podcast that would make you tune in, hush out, and listen close.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Generation Hush, uncovering the unspoken noise of society. I'm your host, Lara, and joining me is my partner, Ami.
Hello, Lara. Long time no see. What happened during your weekend?
Nako, we were supposed to go to Binondo because of the famous restaurant I saw on TikTok. But midway, hindi na kami tumuloy kasi ang traffic. Nag-crave pa naman ako ng Xiaolong Bao.
Speaking of traffic, I had the same experience earlier then on the way here, like super heavy traffic, and some drivers were on road rage. I feel like nabingi nga ako sa mga honking ng mga cars nila.
Oo nga, Ami. Your experience is just one of the growing societal concerns in the modern world. Noise pollution.
Right. Noise pollution is something many of us experience regularly, but its impact often goes unnoticed. It's time to shine a light on this overlooked problem.
To help us understand the scope of the problem, we have three guests joining us today. We invited Lasallians who are also concerned about the societal issue and have researched about the problem. Welcome to Generation Hush, Mark, Mica, and Adrian.
Hello guys!
Hello guys, nice to meet you.
Hi everyone! It's a pleasure to be here in Generation Hush.
We all know how annoying noise pollution can be, right? It's like the unwanted background noise in a country's music scene. Some brush it off as no big deal, but seriously, how bad is it for us, especially here in our country?
So, noise pollution kasi, it messes with our country's environment, health, and mood. Na-take lang siya as a serious matter during the 1960s, and around the same time, sinet up din yung National Water and Air Pollution Control Commission with Republic Act 3931, which eventually became naman the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. And yung aim nito is to tackle many environmental problems, including na nga yung noise pollution.
Tama ka dyan, Mica. Over the years, the Philippines has been trying to deal with noisy troubles, laying down laws and laws of rules. One of the first move was the Presidential Decree 856, nicknamed the Code of Sanitation in 1976. Basically, it said, hey, noise pollution is a pain, and put some rules in place to tackle it under Section 85.
If I may add, there's a Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999, which while focused on air pollution, it also addresses noise pollution by granting the DENR the authority to set and implement noise emission standards. During this time, local ordinances then established noise limits and carried out particular intervention in several places, such as Puerto Princesa and San Juan City.
If I remember correctly, sa barangay namin may curfew yung videoke. Considered ba yan as noise pollution? Can you guys share what types of noises there are, as some of our listeners may not be aware that something they hear pala can potentially disturb our environment and impact our overall well-being?
Siyempre naman, Lara, first we have environmental noise pollution, which encompasses natural disaster noise such as loud nighttime disturbances like sudden bark. Second, industrial noise pollution caused from factory activities na sobrang ingay. May mga sounds ng steel, iron, and shipbuilding na can cause noise-related hearing impairments. Third, atmospheric noise pollution or static. Kasama nito yung mga thunderstorms, lightning strikes as primary natural sources of disruptive environmental noise.
On the other hand, traffic noise makes up the majority of vehicle noise pollution, and it has become louder due to the recent increase of population and the number of cars on the road. Like na-mention niya kanina, cars are even more annoying when you're just stuck on traffic. Lastly, there's residential noise pollution, which is a great example for our videokes, or noise produced by appliances, speakers, and household tools.
It's fascinating to see how varied and widespread noise sources can be. Ang pag-recognize sa variety ng noise sa ating community is a crucial part of achieving a healthy environment. Hence, do you know the recommended noise intake level, Mica?
Oo, nabasa ko to online, and according sa World Health Organization, yung recommended noise intake level, hindi dapat siya lumagpas ng 70 decibels over a day and 85 decibels naman over 60 minutes.
Ooh, so would it be possible to put that into perspective? Like, gaano ba ito kalakas talaga?
Sige, I'll give you a scenario para mas lalo mong magets. Imagine nasa busy environment ka. You hear the sound of people typing on keyboards, mga nag-uusap, office equipment like printers and aircon. that noise level have the same level of vacuum cleaner in the background or the noisy level of heavy traffic habang nasa kotse ka. That's how 70 decibels sounds like.
85 decibels, on the other hand, is significantly different. Let's imagine you are at a live concert. The music is loud and energizing, with the bass thumping and the crowd cheering and singing along. This level of noise is equivalent to the sound of heavy traffic heard from the sidewalk or the noise level of a motorcycle passing by at close range.
Oh, so while 70 decibels is considered moderate noise, typically found in daily environments like offices or restaurants, we often tune it out. However, 85 decibels naman represent a louder and potentially more disruptive level of noise, often associated with events like concerts or heavy traffic.
Tama, Ami. Maraming artists na yung pumupunta dito para mag-concert, and some may not know that participating in these events has a concerning potential for noise-related health issues. What do you think, Adrian?
Exactly. There was a study in Argao, Cebu, where they looked at how much noise pollution elementary students were actually dealing with, especially since the schools were right next to busy highways. It turns out that the noise levels were way higher than WHO's recommendation, and get this, the students were actually at more risk of hearing loss when they thought the noise wasn't that bad compared to how loud it really was. That's a big deal because it could mess up their social life, communication, and learning.
Sobrang annoying nga, especially as someone living condo in top. Sobrang mess up ng sleep ko because of those sounds. And it's not just about feeling tired the next day. It can actually increase your chances of getting sick and worn out kasi nga low quality of sleep. Diba? And there was this study on toll collectors working on the North Luzon Expressway, and they concluded na these loud noises can really mess with your heart and your hearing. So it's very alarming.
It's clear that noise pollution isn't just an inconvenience. It's really a serious public health issue that demands attention and action. And as we delve deeper into this topic, it's crucial na ma-recognize natin na yung impact of noise pollution extends far beyond human health. Meron din siyang significant environmental implications na dapat pagtuunan ng pansin.
Yep. Noise pollution isn't just a human problem. It messes with the environment too. Take birds, for example. When it's too noisy, they struggle to communicate with their low-frequency songs, which can mess up their nesting plans and mating habits. And if there are fewer birds around because of the habitat loss, it's big-time news for the environment.
All that noise from ship is seriously bagging out marine life, with more and more boats cruising around for fun or business, plus all the drilling stuff is like a constant party underwater. This noise travels far and wide, messing with marine life in all sorts of places, from the shores to the deep sea. And trust me, it's stressing them out and even causing them physical harm.
Correct. And in line with that, Mark, kapag masyadong maingay underwater, it messes up how marine animals talk to each other and understand their surroundings. Hindi nila mahanap yung pals nila, yung babies nila, or even figure out where to go for food and safety. And hindi to good in keeping things in balance and protecting our environment.
Grabe, it's so sad to see how all that noise messes with how sea creatures act and talk to each other. This puts our biodiversity at risk. It's clear na we need to deal with noise pollution ASAP, hindi lang para sa atin, kundi para na rin sa ating environment.
With the increasing urbanization and industrialization of our society, important na we must address the issue of noise pollution before it escalates further. May mga recommendations ba kayo to avoid these kinds of problems?
I believe the Philippine government needs to take mitigating steps to lessen the amount of noise we are exposed to and the stress that comes with the prolonged noise exposure. In the long run, these health effects have a significant financial cost that strains people's finances, families, and the healthcare system.
So, in my perspective naman, siguro one effective strategy is yung pag-implement ng sound barriers and insulation measures to reduce the transmission of noise from sources to surrounding areas. Also, enforcing noise regulations and implementing quiet zones in urban areas can help minimize disruptive noise levels.
Just to add, sobrang important ng education and awareness campaigns because it play a vital role in encouraging individuals and communities to adopt quieter practices and reduce their overall noise footprint. We can also incorporate noise-reducing technologies and urban planning strategies into infrastructure development, which can help create more peaceful and sustainable environment for everyone.
I agree. It's clear that addressing noise pollution requires a multifaceted approach involving government regulations, community involvement, and technological innovation.
Tayong mga Filipinos, we must recognize the seriousness of this problem and take decisive action. By advocating for a quieter and healthier environment, we can improve people's lives and protect the natural world for future generations. I think it's time for us to wrap up this episode now on noise pollution, as I can't take it anymore. Sobrang information overload na.
Absolutely, Ami. It's been an enlightening discussion, shedding light on the significant impact of noise pollution on our daily lives.
Thank you to all our guests for joining us today on Generation Hush, uncovering the unspoken noise of society. We've only scratched the surface of this important topic, but our conversation doesn't end here. In fact, it's just the beginning.
That's right. We've heard some incredible insights today, and we can't wait to dive even deeper into the issue of noise pollution in our future episodes. There's much more ground to cover, from exploring the latest research to discussing innovative solutions.
So, to all our listeners out there, stay tuned for our upcoming episodes where we'll continue to shed light on the various aspects of noise pollution. Whether it's the impact on public health, the environment, or our communities, we'll leave no stone unturned.
Until next time, keep your ears open and your voices ready for change. Join us on Generation Hush as we journey towards a quieter, healthier future for all.